Hello to everyone out in Speed Gaming 2. Good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it may be, where you are. We are here for a very exciting Game 5 winner take all for Super Metroid Randomizer League. Season 4, this round 1 matchup is the A team versus Fringo Fox, represented by Asder of the A team, Fringo Fox of BigosAmigos. I'll get something right at some point. My name is DJ Webb, and Leno Fist is joining me on tracking. How's it going?
Hello, it's going good. We have the best anything you could ever want to watch. It's Game 5. It's the decider. It's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. And as a quick recap, Asder and A0 lost games 1 and 2. Apathy Duck said, "Get on my back." Won games 3 and 4. And here we are now at Game 5. Asder looking to redeem himself, and Fringo Fox, looking to close this one out. This should be an exciting match.
Yep. So far for the A team, it's been the Duck Show as they're trying to, redeem themselves from a game 2 loss. That was against, what's that against? I'm trying to look at that. That was against Nick Player, who played the game 4. Fringo Fox is the one who defeated Ace. So this should be an exciting one. We have some fun settings. We'll have major minor item split, full area randomization, and boss shuffle. So, and did they pick the same sprite on purpose? Was this planned?
I don't think this is planned. I don't think this is planned.
Especially because as there's been using a subversion palette for the whole tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is interesting.
Is this the Kaizo sprite?
I very much don't know.
I don't know either. Maybe our tracker Hockey Towner might know. Everyone say hello to Hockey Towner. He's doing the button duty today, everyone.
Alrighty, and we start with the fun grapple beam item, which is one of those items that's more useful in both air randomization and boss randomization, I'm gonna say. So that's a pretty nice find first off. And then we're gonna come over here, get our morph ball, and see what else the game has to offer us.
First try for Fringo and first try for Asder. Easy enough.
And quick power bomb's always good to see. So, quick recap for anyone who hasn't seen maybe Super Metroid Randomizer a lot or these settings. Major minor is the item split. So as you've seen, we know where the majors are going to be. Those are the items on your tracker plus E-tanks and reserves, as well as the HUD items. Those are going to be shuffled in a pool amongst themselves, and then the ammo items are shuffled in a separate pool. Mostly those locations are, where they will be in the vanilla game, with one exception. Wreck Ship, Right Super is a major, and High Jump E-Tank is a minor. That's a balance change. And then area randomization we may see here pretty quickly if either runner decides to keep going left. Does look like Fringo Fox is.
Looks like Fringo Fox is going to go left to lay that second power bomb. Asder accidentally laying that first power bomb next to Billy Mays. Oh, and there's Fringo taking that hit. Okay.
Yeah, it looked like Fringo turned back after taking that hit, which isn't it's a pretty smart play, especially if that door was somewhere that you really don't want to go and you have to come back and you're really worried about the health. So
so I like
runners not doing that.
Yeah, I like to play by Fringo to trip around there. And second pack of power bombs.
Yep. So area randomization is the map is split into like self-contained chunks, and then there's doors at different points in those areas that'll take you to different areas. You may not go where you expect it to go. For example, that door down there could go to Turian, to Lower Norfair, it could have gone to Kraid, could be anywhere. And the map shuffled around, and you'll have to figure out how to get around the seed to complete your objective, which, as always, is to complete the 4 Golden 4 bosses. And in this seed, they're shuffled, so you could go into an eye door, and you could be in the Wreck Ship, and you could go to Dragon or any other possibility. With the rule that you can't have a vanilla boss layout.
You can't have a complete vanilla boss layout. Up to 2 can be vanilla, but can't be completely vanilla. And we find our first pack of supers at 230. That's a good find.
It's a good find for Asder, and Fringo so far hasn't gone there, which is
That's
You know,
interesting. I
it's
thought he would
interesting,
have.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's a cheeky reserve tank.
Everyone in our community absolutely loves reserve tanks with no exceptions. They're
Yep.
amazing items.
Yep, they are the lifeblood of any Super Metroid run. That was especially true during my race the other day.
So yeah, we're at an interesting point. Something that's always true of our randomizer settings in our league settings, we have suit restriction on, so there are not going to be a Varia or a gravity suit here in criteria. But we do have the power bombs to be able to check this major gauntlet. So if either runner wants to do that, they could. Especially in Fringo Fox's scenario, without the supers, it's probably even more likely. But this is one of those rare situations where not only did we not take the meme route portal with power bombs, we can actually just clear out all the majors up here first run through. As both runners get these tricky wall jumps very quickly. Nice to see. Ooh.
Oh, I don't think he wanted to bounce himself that way.
Got the health drop though, so no harm done. Pro of that ship refill is we do have a full reserve, so not quite as dangerous as this could be, and then rewarded with an energy tank. I was a bit curious as Fringo opened that door. It looked like he may have gone out the front, but is deciding to go back. Could be rewarded with some supers back here. This is a nice early ammo, loadout. We've already got at least one of all three. Sometimes that cannot be the case, and sometimes it cannot be the case for a very, very long time. So this seed is not going to be about an ammo hunt as far as the first one. We'll see how things go as far as charge versus ammo for killing the in-game bosses, but so far it's a pretty good start, and we got one more item at Terminator. That's a word that starts with T. And then we're gonna be off to somewhere in this map, and we'll find out when we get there.
Yep, not necessarily going to be a green bridge connector, but well, let's see what happens. And another vanilla E-tank. Korean one.
Someone finds a way to put a major in Turian, I will be most impressed.
I am waiting for that day.
So here's our first transition. Normal Turian is going to Red Tower. Red Tower is a nice thing to find early because it's such a hub. If we end up going back there, we can talk a little bit more about Red Tower, but we're going to get this left check as well. And it's Norfair. Wow.
I like this play by Azure to scout out the connectors early. We find... Ooh, okay. Alright. Now, of course, because it's not countdown, we don't know how many of our important items are in each area. But since it's major minor, that's largely irrelevant. But we have a lot of possible divergence very early with this seed.
Yeah, so Red Tower and Norfair are two of the areas with the most transitions, 6 and 5, and then Criteria is the other one with 5 as well. So we've already got like access to most of our hubs. West Meridia is the other one, but it's just a little bit less than these. But yeah, we can already do a whole lot of stuff. We can explore the map in Red Tower. We can get some quick majors here in the cool side of Norfair, and then option off some hell runs if they want. And there's also a wreck ship ability. We don't know what the boss there is. Only 2 bosses that we can kill at this point, and only one of them's gonna unlock the wreck ship items. But that could be the thing about boss shuffle I find is that Despite Kraid and Phantom being like the easy bosses that you can always kill, they're arguably the most important to find early, especially, if Kraid's a wrecked ship and, there's a good item at Kraid E-Tank, you want that boss dead.
Yep.
But it's a time investment to go check it, not knowing if you can complete it or its relative usefulness.
And we find a wave beam at the ice beam today, a pseudo vanilla beam, which is not the correct one, and a couple more power bombs and another energy tank. So not really much available for majors early on.
Yeah, you saw the divergence as far as the order of these checks, especially in our old, meta with just vanilla map. This was pretty much always the play what Azure did. You do ice beam first because if there's exactly an E-Ticket high jump, your energy's refilled, and if you ended up wanting to do more, you will be in a good health position. So Azure does have 4 total tanks now and could decide to do hell runs. I would say it's really early in the seed to already be making such a it's a pretty large time commitment with exactly 4 tanks and no movement, so may or may not see that, but in a much better position to make that choice versus Fringo.
Yeah, I think with how many connectors we have available in Red Tower, he's going to dip back here. And there was a question in chat. Asder actually does not use a tracker of any kind at all. He does everything with his head. Oh. We'll see what Fringo Fox decides to do. I have a feeling he'll follow in Ezra's footsteps and head back up to Red Tower as well.
Yeah, with that early grapple beam, we do have, free enough access to this X-ray location. No need for deboost. So this is something that can be left behind, for quite a little while if, you get far away from Red Tower without easy access to it. And yeah, Frango's back in Criteria, which is interesting.
Yep, because this is where the Red Tower connector was.
Oh yeah, you gotta go through here. I'm thinking it was straight through Norfair. The only E-Tanks so far, besides a couple of beams. I think there are different communities that both consider these to be the best beams.
And there are interesting stories behind that.
So yeah, we got a little high five action going on here.
Let's see what Aster does first. Okay, looks like he's gonna go down. There are 3 connectors down here.
Yeah, middle of Red Tower portal. I've heard from Azure as well as some other runners that that's the one you don't want to be entering Red Tower in first because it makes you make the up or down decision. Major minor, I feel like it's a little bit easier because both the major and the 3 versus the 2 transition checks are down here. But
wow,
you can you can end up in a scenario where you've put off, those top transitions and not end up being able to look at them for a while. And yeah.
We have all this energy. What do we do with all this energy?
Did Fringo not pick up the X-ray E-Tank?
No, Fringo turned around.
It is that's one of the items that if you do scout it and then not decide to pick it up, like going to pick it up is more of a commitment than, most other majors that you're already in the room with, because of having to go in there and then escaping in the bomb and stuff. And we have a very early Crocomire. It's also a very purple Crocomire. And an X-ray scope. Not the greatest major anyone's ever seen, but it's a major, you're gonna take it.
Eventually the majors are gonna have to come into play because all we're seeing are energy tanks. Oh, this is interesting. Fringo said no to Crocomire.
Yeah. Could, if this portal isn't very useful. Could just decide to go back and want this information, but yeah. Oh, it's very good information at the very least. You don't have to worry about that very isolated transition anymore. But yeah, Crocomire, it's two majors. We've already seen the X-ray, so if there's nothing at the grapple location, and Fringo does decide to not go back, which he is going back. Could have been a huge play and potentially very big time save, but we're both doing this play. Crocomire, I feel like in vanilla map is skipped a lot more than in area, just because in vanilla map it's kind of part of the Norfair, area all on its same, and you can decide where you are based on that. But here in area, like Croc is where Croc is, and in Red Tower is pretty easy to get back to most of the time, but you can end up pretty far away from Croc and have that laboring on your mind.
Well then.
We've got a healthy seed. This is if an E-tank a day keeps the doctor away, I think we're into next year as far as when we need to see our primary care physician again. This is something else.
And this goes back to the old adage of Super Metroid runs in the past and randomizers in the past. Never bet on Croc unless you always have to bet on Croc.
Always, never, always.
Always. But yeah, Crocomire not really having any of the goods today. We still have 3 more connectors in Red Bryn that we have to worry about. And then there's, of course, the decision to how run through Upper Norfair.
Yeah, we've got, Norfair outstanding. We've got a boss at Wreck Ship that could do things or not do things. We've got, we're going to have 3 more Red Tower portals. We're going to have those 2 right side criteria portals. And, yeah, there are a lot of possibilities here in the seed right now. And it's going to be up to the runners to, figure out what their best play is and what they want to do. You can see, I want to say mostly based on movements, Asder is, ahead here. Ooh.
Barely.
Asder had an extra super pack versus Fringo, and then Fringo didn't get that green gate glitch on the first several tries, as we laugh at a vanilla transition. Funnily enough, it's like, if you know that, and you end up wanting to do some suitless West Meridia, it will be really advantageous to have that tube, still intact. But
yep, for exactly that reason. But with suitless logic, I think deepest gravity suit could be is bought to an energy tank. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's the one place it can be in East Meridia, and then the one place in West Meridia would be Mama Turtle. We have, we've yet to see any progression that isn't E-tanks, and a grapple beam that's so far only led to an E-tank. So this is certainly something. We are going to get a few extra minor checks. I like this. Ammo right now is not the greatest. Azure does have Crystal Flash ammo. Fringo's not quite there yet. So, all runs, if they're on their mind, this could be for that. And also just, getting things up early could be pretty cool. And, especially in Boss Rando when you can, run into a rogue Ridley at any point. You want to have pretty good ammo, so you're capable of doing that fight with or without the Varia, which, given how much health we have, if we get the ammo, we're gonna be
Ridley's
fine on a Ridley kill.
Yeah, Ridley will be going down for sure.
Shout out in chat from Derp to his teammate Kip. Those are the patented Kip miners. Ooh. We have a very interesting play from Fringo Fox doing this Meridia map after out of logic checking the Main Street door.
This is a little bold. I mean, this is just coming off a reset from checking the the grapple beam. So this is actually not a terrible safe scrum if it's nothing, and it's Turian.
Oh, that's some knowledge. So like honestly, that's a good outcome, I'm gonna say,
Hmm.
because like if that was something that you could follow but could also put you in a bad dead end, you kind of don't want that to be something. And like exactly, Turian is, that's good knowledge to have.
Ooh. So Green Brand is going to be off of Upper Norfair, either single chamber, the Croc Door, or Chronic Boost.
Unless
That's
it's
a
at the
little.
top of West Meridia,
Yeah, that could
or
be
at the
that
end
too.
of or at the end of Wreck Ship, or both.
That, yeah, that's a little gross. Just a little gross.
So yeah, I mean that's the thing about area randomization, especially with what I was talking about with the ammo. Green Bryn usually is something you find very early in most seeds that you're gonna get your ammo up. You can get quite a few majors. In area, you may not find that until late, and as you're sitting pretty on 20 and lots of e-tanks, but we don't know where bosses are. We don't know. Well, we only know. Well, now we know 2 boss areas. We don't know which boss is in each one of them, and we could end up doing a whole bunch of stuff. I think
Hmm.
if I was in this situation, especially with the, Azure just completely refilled everything, I would want to actually. It's tough because I want to know what the wreck ship boss is right now. I guess you're saving at the wreck ship at this point. I was thinking about a business center save, but that's too much elevator stuff.
Yeah,
So that
yeah.
would
I
be my
think
next play, and then power run if you got to.
I think Azur's going to play the odds though with 3 more majors in Bubble Mountain. I think I like this play more. He's Azur's just going to go for the quantity instead of the boss info. I think. At least that's what it seemed like.
Yeah. So yeah, plenty of health plus the crystal flash ammo is gonna be really nice. If Fringo needs those supers. Like I'm really not sure where the one super early on that Azure had that Fringo didn't, but the other 2 are at the
Uh,
kit miners, which Fringo
the
didn't
the
check.
the 230 missile. That's the
Oh
one that Fringo
yeah,
skipped.
that's what it was. So like like I've been saying, these and there's a moat super. I guess Azure didn't get that one, or
No,
no,
Azure.
maybe
Yep. Yeah, Azure
there
did
weren't
get one.
two at there weren't two at Alpha Power Bombs. That's got to be what it is.
Hmm.
Yeah. Now with Crystal Flash ammo, these hard ones are quite a bit more attractive, I would say. So yeah, getting more map information. And then yeah, I mean, pretty much you're in a scenario where you're coming back here, um, or you're going to wreck ship, which is here anyway. So
Hmm. Oh, Azure's got the full reserve and has 4 tanks total. So this is a safe trip there and back, as long even if there isn't an energy tank over here.
yeah, the one thing about these hell runs, if you are always filling up to full every time, it can punish you if it keeps giving you e-tanks. So
Hmm.
you can do some optional acting, and like Leno said, this is a safe trip there and back. And as you can see, Azure's just gonna pop the reserves already.
Yep.
See if they also look at that minor. Did not. That's surprising to me. That's about as free as a minor check can get. But yeah.
Yeah, it would
Like I
have been
said,
nice to spike. It would have been nice to spike a super there if had one been there.
yeah. So
Ooh. Oh, Azure's gonna bank on the crystal flash. Okay.
could also be hmm, yeah, I guess just gonna commit to the crystal flash if you're doing this. I was thinking maybe you save, you could go down towards Croc area and you could use that refill, check the transition, but I guess you want to get the items when you're here, so this makes more sense than what I was thinking about. So we see the elevator that's in that room in case you aren't good at midair morphs. Not too often seen, but we're
And that is
we're
a
starving
vanilla.
for some progression.
Yes, that's a vanilla reserve tank with. Okay, there's a super pack. There's something there. Our tracker Hockey Towner would really like a button to push.
He's he's had a free roll of this so far. We haven't even looked at a boss room. We've got 3 majors and we've got like what 7 tanks in
Yep.
both of the majors. Like
25 minutes in, we have 5 majors combined between the two.
yeah, 12 major checks, 3 buttons to press for hockey. And then you can see the value of space jump. Obviously, Asder went into the save room to actually save, but no need for that save room jump. The Norfair Reserve Hell Run is safer. This Wave Beam Hell Run's going to be safer because you don't have to take spike damage, even though you could have used grapple. But I feel like I've never actually seen anyone use grapple in this room, whether or not they had it. And Fringo's going to be unfortunately. Well, actually, Fringo's probably just going to reset this reserve, which Asder didn't have to.
Yeah, Fringo did take the save. It's a major. It's not useful
Yet.
yet.
It's one of those items that has, Meridia implications. Whether or not you're Soothis with the Botswoon hallway, but it's always I see it's one of those things where gets a lot of flack, especially, people that get it early and want to just turn it off because of the shoot everything twice meme, but I feel like Ice Beam is an item you want in every seed because it makes, Zeb skip easy and Metroid rooms faster. Like, It's a good item.
Azure already has to turn that Ice Beam off.
Yeah. I was thinking the pause is maybe some tactical energy refilling. You don't want to pop that full reserve, keeping it, keeping some energy in it is better than, having to refill it while your energy is draining here. And then, this is going to be a refill for some area transition checks. We've got the single chamber transition that they can look at. And then, down on the lower part of Norfair, there's the Croc Door and the Chronic Boost Room.
In Azur's case here, I might have refilled a little bit more, just in case this single chamber transition goes back to the other end of Lower Norfair. Because at that point, Azur almost assuredly should be able to make it back.
Just reset.
True.
If it's
I'm also
nothing.
I'm also thinking you don't take that safety save there, but that's a good save scum.
Yeah, I think depending on how you're feeling, you may want all of this information right now, and the whatever you go to first, you're probably not doing. I think if this is like exactly Green Brinstar, you probably kind of have to keep going, but
Yep.
Almost anything else, I think you can probably, actually, yeah, exactly anything else, you're coming back because you can't do anything in East Meridia.
Well,
probably.
Now, if it's anything else, Azure has to reset because there's no power bombs. Okay. Other indirect ship.
Ended up resetting anyway, but yeah, you said no power bombs as they ended up in a room with a crab that's gonna give you a bunch of free ones. Oh, goodness.
That is the capture card issue that Azure has frequently.
Yeah. Glad they didn't. I know if they realize it, they'll very much, it's a known issue, so easy to fix, but if you're, in the heat of a very important Game 5 race, you might not be paying a ton of attention to that, and it could have been blue for a while. But thankfully, that's not the world we live in.
Oh, and our chat's saying that the miner outside Speed Booster was a super missile, so Azure kind of missed out on that one there.
Yeah, especially like I said with the Ridley possibilities, we're at 30-25, so 30-30 would be pretty nice, unless you get the classic Ridley and wreck ship where you have to use all your supers to get to the door, and then you're like, well, you know what? Screw you too, Space Pelican. So yeah, here's door number 2 of these checks. It's East Meridia.
Wow. So I think by process of elimination, the Croc Door has to go to Green Bryn.
It doesn't. I don't think.
Well, we don't have a suit. We don't have a suit.
There could be one in wreck ship.
Potentially, yeah. Yeah. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 8 connectors left.
I'm just thinking like top of what is that, Meridia, and then like the front of Lower
Yep.
Norfair,
Yep.
and then I guess the back of East Meridia. Those would be the ways that this isn't Green Brain, but I don't know where that would make this lead. I guess Kraid, or you could swap Kraid in one of those other two. But yeah,
Okay.
you were right.
Finally a green Bryn. You could have just as easily been right, though, because we could have had Green Bryn on East Meridia, Kraid, and, Lower Norfair. It'd be kind of a gross loadout.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this definitely gives the seed more ability to put items in different places. As we get Kraid's lair, we were getting down to the thick of it. We do have quite a lot of map information for how little of it we've actually explored as we get more divergence here. Which I'm gonna say is bad for Fringo Fox because you're going away from Green Bryn Star, and you probably don't want to come back this way, and if you go back the other way, you're hell running the Bubble Mountain again.
Yeah.
But
And in Fringo's case, Fringo actually needs high jump to actually come back this way if Rex Ship turns out to be a bust. Could follow this through to the other end of Upper Norfair, but
yeah. And also, just did some Kegel farming, but only has 2 current supers, so like whatever boss this is, like if it's Kraid, you're probably not click killing, and if it's Phantoon, you'll be fine. It's just hopefully you farm a super, otherwise you're probably just 3-rounding.
Yeah, it'll be kind of a slow fight otherwise. Oh, okay. So Dragon here at Kraid. This is very doable for Asder. This will be a high jumpless grapple escape. Kind of gross.
Yeah, definitely one of those things that a lot of the top runners started practicing once we started doing more boss rando. And all the health that's come early in the seed is now useful because you hopefully don't take a hit from Dragon here, but if you do, you're probably fine. And yeah, this grapple kill without the various suits going to take quite a lot of energy. And she wants to swoop today. Shoutouts to Dragon. Oh, that
Nice
was
setup.
a clutch quick grapple.
Nicely
Very hard to do
done,
without
Asder.
high jump. Yeah. Obviously the energy right now for Asder isn't great, so not a ton of tries on this grapple escape, but if, Dragon can give them an E-tank, we'll be, very fine.
Well, that's a tank, all right.
Did not give them an E-tank.
Oh, I've got a crate in the wreck ship.
And this is why I wanted to check that boss early.
Yep. Looks good by Asder. First try, let's go.
Yeah. Could it up being something that's huge for Fringo? Running into Kraid before Kraid's lair is always good. As I said, with the super count, not going to be able to do the quick kill. There's nowhere to farm supers and wreck ship, even when it's on, frankly. So,
But this is going to give Fringo a leg up. Assuming Fringo finds Kraid's area fast enough, this could be a major that is important for the race. And I don't see Asder coming back here for quite a while.
Yeah, it really depends on what's on the other side of this Green Bryn Star. Which, it's not good. Well, yeah, you're right, because it's not going to be Norfair or Wreck Ship, and Asder already knows that. Like, it's either Ridley Mouth, the Forgotten Highway side of East Meridia, or it's the top of West Meridia.
Yep.
Those are our unknown doors. So yeah, I want to say top of East Meridia would make Asder backtrack through to Norfair.
Oh yeah, possibly.
And
yeah.
The top of West Meridia would probably allow them to go down to the main street save, which is added, and then check the map station, and then back up in Red Tower. And then what's the other one? The other one's the other side of Lower Norfair, which would again make Aster backtrack to Norfair. Unless Varia is here. Like, Varia could very much be in Green Brinstar. We've got, these 2 quick major checks. We've still got 2 more in Edikuns and Norfair Reserve.
All right, I just want to take a moment. Game, what are you doing to us? We have all the energy in the world. Please give items.
Yeah, not a lot else. It looks like there's also energy behind Kraid as well for Fringo. I wasn't quite paying attention after the fight, but yeah, we're just getting energy. And yeah, this is an interesting point in the seed that I'm gonna say finding Green Brinstar at this kind of midway point, as you see, like, some of the miners in here are, pretty quick and connected to the majors, and some of them aren't. But, like, 4025 isn't bad for right now, but it's not a ton. And if you don't collect, quite a bit of ammo starting now, you're kind of pricing yourself into doing charge hunts, which can be, really not fun. Asdra already has the Dragon kill and probably the Shack Tool access. That's gonna mean you don't have to worry about super long back and forth for it, but like you really don't want to do either of those checks regardless, right? So
right, but now with High Jump, Spring Ball, Grapple, and Ice Beam, we have the full suitless package already looking very tempting right now for Aster, possibly.
Yeah, and especially if that top of West Meridia portal ends up here, which is there's a 1 out of 3 chance, I think. So
yes, I believe that is correct. Regardless, after this connector, we will have all of our connector info, so we the viewers will know.
It's just energy. So not only did we come in here, I mean, we got High Jump in Spring. You're never gonna complain about that, but no suit, and we left Waterway. So this is yeah. I mean, it really feels like that Mama Turtle item is the key, or it's the Crady tank, which as the chat has been pointing out, will be really good for Fringo due to the way that he has routed this stuff so far. Is back in Norfair to get these final transition checks in.
Now, if we really wanted to be mean, it could be something like Speed Booster at Batu to go back to Waterway for the suit.
That is true.
That would be terrible.
We do have that ability now.
Yep, I'm sure chat would love it too.
Sandpit is not in Logic without a gravity suit. So yeah, in East Meridia would just be the Botsuni tank, and in West Meridia would just be Mama Turtle. And we are in East Meridia.
So front end of Lower Norfolk connects to the top end of West Meridia.
Yep.
Okay.
I was just having thoughts.
Yep.
And they include going back up this elevator.
I think this is gonna play back to Upper Norfair, but if you do that, I think just go back down the new bridge then. I mean, if you want to do that.
I mean, this also gives you the check of Botsuni tank if you really want it, and frankly, I mean, Azure could complete this area if they so desire. Like, have all the items to go to the Dragon boss and have the ability to kill the boss at Dragon. It's obviously like not as fast as you would maybe want, and it also makes Varia being in this area bad for you. It was bombs in the crate closet, so no huge advantage for Fringo. So yeah, I would say, doing this full suitless is a risk because of what I said. Like, if Varia is here and like gravity's the thing that's like, available somewhere and it wants you to come back here to get Varia, you're, doing this in a slow way and making yourself kind of not want to come back. I guess I will say Azra's probably already in a position where Lower Norfair Hell Run is at least on their mind. Oh yeah, and can check Plasma for fun.
This is actually super risky because if it's not Plasma, Charge, or Screw or Speed, Aster cannot get out of this room. This will be a reset.
Ooh, I Was not having that thought. Yeah.
Oh, I think Esther
Esther
just
might
realized.
have just had that thought.
Okay, so let's see what it is first.
I don't know the last time they saved, but I want to say it's like Bubble Mountain.
Oh no! When was the last save?
I mean, it's got to be that Bubble Mountain before going to. Oh, it's Kraid, which is right
Okay.
here. Oh, but that's pre-Dragon. That actually
Okay.
sucks.
Yep. So that's okay. So we're down. We're down a kill. I don't remember what else Esther loses here.
Just high jump and spring.
Okay.
So I don't know. Do you go back to Dre here? They are.
Oh.
That was a significant amount of time lost. Just by well, having the thought about killing the plasma pirates a little bit too late. As there is the dash recall player, so if dash was on the mind, that may have had an impact. But it also could just be like having Dre killed means plasma's available, so you're thinking about plasma being available, not like the rest of the stuff.
Right.
So yeah. And yeah, Fringo is in here doing the. You know what I'm actually gonna say? It's that I don't like this for the exact reason that you could just go get high jump and spring and come back this way, and then it's easier to get out. That's what I'm gonna say. It's really minor, obviously, and probably like barely. It's probably a wash just because of having to leave this area and come back in. But like, I would have preferred it. But that's just
Right.
I don't like high jump with grapple. Azur's clearly fine with it, as we've already seen once this seed, and we're probably about to see again. Yeah.
Looking good. Doesn't even wait for the health to spawn. Just quickly gets back out again.
Knows that they can get an E-Tank and Green Burn if they want, and also, trying to shave time is, that was very, very much a time loss, what just happened in East Meridia. So yeah, I'm not sure if Azure will make the same East Meridia play or decide to just head back towards the rest of the map. I'm gonna make the very bold claim that when Azure does find Kraid, actually I'm not gonna make that claim. I was gonna say probably doesn't come back for that major, but
No, this
may
would be
feel differently than I do.
This would be this would be a long time to come back for this one. But Aster is heading back towards. Oh, this is gonna be the two majors, the spring and high jump, obviously.
Yeah, you very much get high jump and spring, regardless of whether you want to keep going.
Aster, you need a power bomb drop.
Which is, yeah. The other unfortunate thing about not waiting for those drops. Yeah, farming PBs here sucks, and the Kraid closet is closed because Kraid's still alive.
Yep.
So, as much as, not waiting for drops seemed like a time save, that's going to be rough. Yeah, these are really, really low. I want to say it's 4% for a power bomb drop.
That sounds about right. Unless you're Tracy, then the for some reason the odds are just much higher. And then the Fringo Fox is about to enter East Meridian. Let's see what he does here.
No, I mean, Azur's not skipping Spring Ball. Azur can't get Spring Ball because
Azur
it doesn't have a Power Bomb.
Yeah, Azur needs Power Bomb drops to pick it back up again. We'll see if Fringo decides to... Now, Fringo doesn't have Dragon down, so can't make that quote-unquote mistake of going to Plasma. Well, let's see what Fringo Fox actually does here.
Yeah, and, like... Unfortunately, there's, like, not a better option than this, because, like...
Yeah.
Through to New Bridge is, like, far away, and it puts you in, like, the bottom of Warfare Croc, where there's also not a good place to farm power bombs, and, like, just, like, this is just... There it is. So, yeah, do
Only
this.
needs one. Only needs one.
Yeah, go left, go into the missile area, farm a PB there, then you go down to Edecoons and you're fine.
Yep.
But this is probably cost Azure at least 5 minutes.
Oh,
actually, no, probably like 7 total as far as like where they could have been past Plasma from now.
Yep.
Like, it's not gonna feel good.
Gotta spike the power bomb drop from a Rio there, so that actually saved Azure a little bit of door transition time.
So yeah, Fringo is in East Meridia. I'm assuming he's gonna do the Botswana E-Tank check because otherwise you're doing all this suitless movement when you know where the door goes.
Yep,
At least I'm pretty sure he knows where the door goes. He should, right?
I believe so. Fringo's the one who knows
Yeah,
what
yeah.
terrain is.
Did lava dive for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, Fringo for sure has 100% map knowledge. Azur's just missing. Well, I guess yeah, Fringo has it by process of elimination. Azure doesn't know top of West Meridia, bottom of West Meridia, Turian, and Lower Norfair front.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, yeah, and that was the other thing, having to recollect both ammo and energy for, potential ammo go mode and potentially, a suitless Lower Norfair play, which is pretty much always on the table in these settings, especially if you find Ridley. Our knowledge is that it's 50-50 that Ridley's vanilla, and that would make the hell run significantly harder, but we're going to have to see what the East Meridia boss is to know that for sure. And
now, if Fringo
to my
wanted,
surprise, as there's going again and not doing... I feel like without Spring Ball, you can't really commit to the boss here.
Yeah. And let's see if Fringo has the equipment needed to check left sand pit. It would be out of logic, but Fringo could do it. I wonder if that's what the save is for here. Is there a reasonable path to Mama Turtle? Let's take a look. The nearest west.
Well, that door goes to
connector...
Red Tower. So, like, yeah, because Tube's vanilla. And yeah, Chad was pointing out that this illogical sandpit play could be something Fringo tries out. If this is Varia, it would be obviously huge. But that's... I guess Charge would also be pretty impactful, but... yeah, we'll see what this ends up being. Did shoot the Chozo ball, and it is... didn't shoot the Chozo ball. Tried to.
It's still a Chozo ball.
Oh. It is Charge.
Okay.
Yeah, has a spring ball for the very easy pickup once he broke out of the water. So it could be big depending on, how ammo goes the rest of the seed for Azure, or if Azure decides to do that or not. But, Charge is always a good find. Your beam's pretty good right now. You would obviously very much like to find Plasma as well, but no guarantee that you can do that.
Plasma or Spacer, you'd be okay with either one of them here.
So now our runners are both in the exact same room. There's one boss down for each. It's a different boss, and they both have item implications elsewhere in the map. Azure's boss kill info elsewhere is known. It just costs them a lot of time, and Fringo's got the bombs from Kraid, so we shall see what happens here. And yeah, I expect both of them to do this Botswana E-Tank, and then we're gonna have to see, obviously if it's gravity, like, the world's your oyster. But if it's not, like, some very interesting decisions come into play.
I think based on the items we have available, this has to be one of the two suits. Like, I could be mistaken, but
there's still Mama Turtle.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
And Speed Booster.
Yep, you're right. So if it's not one of the suits, it's probably an item leading to one of them, potentially. Not necessarily.
I mean, the odds of it not being good are very low, just because of all the energy we found, but...
True. Wreckship has the goods. Hockey Toner Art Tracker making that call. That's definitely possible.
We can confirm that it's not a double suit Wreckship, because Fantoon itself is behind one of those suits, but it could be the other one. Yeah. I don't... The answer is smelling in chat about who's winning. I am very much not comfortable saying either of them is in the lead. It's very suit, which is not an advantage to either of them, I'm gonna say. Fringo's route has, in both of the routes have kind of isolated the boss that the other one killed. As yeah, see, this is really tricky. Like, I guess Aster's gonna X-ray climb out of Precious Room if this isn't Ridley.
Oh, if Aster could have picked up that spray ball, that would have been nice for Precious Room.
Yeah, that was. I mean, that exact thing is why I was saying you kind of can't commit to the boss here. But yeah, X-ray climbing isn't a thing that enters my mind quickly, and Aster has also had thoughts and is going back. So this is also pretty huge if Fringo, does end up doing this very, very, much better route efficiency.
Yeah, so a question in chat. The spring ball was at the charge beam back in Green Bryn. Aster, having reset it out of it, did not have a power bomb to pick it up again, had to farm, and ended up leaving. So that item is now orphaned for Aster. Knows where it is, but I don't think Aster goes back for it at any point now.
I mean, yeah, you're only going back for that if you get speed really soon and you go to Waterway. But even at that point, like, you're going to Waterway to get Gravity Suit, and it wouldn't be that helpful. But,
right.
Yeah, I don't know. This is, that Plasma play has turned this race on its head. As you know, we're getting divergence again, despite the fact that our runners were in the same room for quite a bit of time. So yeah, no matter what, well, I mean, Fringo doesn't know that this isn't Dragon, so like even Dragon could have been escaped, but we know it's either Ridley or Fantoon, and this is gonna be.
Yep. And if this had been Fantoon, Aster would not have been able to X-ray climb out. So this is gonna this is gonna be telling here in just a moment.
Yeah, my X-ray climb was pointless because, and it is, it's Ridley and would have got bailed out.
What would have been bailed out? Yep.
But yeah, can't take that risk. And yeah, I mean, so I was about to say something silly and then I realized something. So this isn't Gravity behind Ridley because this boss area is locked behind Gravity. But if this had been Fantoon, we would have known that Wreck Ship also didn't have Gravity, which would have been which I want to say that would have been best case for Fringo. Being able to do this really is still pretty good for him and his route, but yeah, we're gonna have to see. I'm assuming Aster's going to Lower Norfair. What the path to that is, I think
the most likely scenario in this case now is it's going to be Fantoon down in Lower Norfair with Gravity Suit. Honestly, probably at Vanilla location, just because the game wants to be that rude. But that's what I'm thinking is the most likely scenario here.
I mean, yeah, and the other thing is, like, I mean, Fringo is already at a point, especially doing this boss, like, Fringo doesn't need Gravity.
Right.
Aster is going to not go to Lower Norfair and instead go to Wreck Ship and potentially have certain feelings about this Crate E-Tank location. Question in chat about Turian. Turian's at Meridia map. We find Spazer. Again, that's good for Fringo. Only Fringo Fox has that knowledge. Aster has not looked at that. Yeah, and I said Fringo's already at a point where he doesn't need Gravity. Aster could also skip Gravity, would just have to go back and get that Spring Ball. Which is just pretty out of the way.
So now, Derp in chat asking if Fringo can do the grapple escape from Dragon. I personally don't know. At this point, based on what Fringo's doing, I would say Fringo probably feels comfortable doing that, but that's a wait-and-see moment, I guess.
I mean, if you came here without Dragon knowledge, you kind of have to be, right?
Yeah, right.
That's the bold claim that I'm going to make. So yeah, Aster getting some more ammo there at Spooky. Doesn't know that this isn't Ridley, but would be, killable with this current ammo. It will be really tight, but yeah, it's just Kraid.
Aster was probably hoping for Ridley here, but yeah, just a Kraid. Let's see if we get a quick kill.
No more need for E-tanks with the
No.
various suit acquired. So yeah. Now we have decisions. I will say that the crate E-tank item is close to Spring Ball for Azure if they want to, get that back in there if they're thinking about just skipping gravity. But I think what I would do is just go lower on Warfare, hope that either the boss or Firefleet has gravity. Obviously, we know it's not going to be the boss with gravity because the boss is Fantoon, but then you can make decisions about Meridia and your gravity stuff.
Unfortunately, Lower Norfair is very far away. So you go out the front door to go to Chronic Door. You have to go back to the top end of Upper Norfair to go to Criteria, to go to the other end of Criteria to get to the back end of Lower Norfair.
Yeah.
That's a long trek, and then you got to come all the way back to get to East
To
Meridia.
do this Meridia play, yeah.
Yeah, this is Oh.
Yeah, Fringo's wall jumping out of here. That was nicely done. That last jump can sometimes take a little bit. Good job, Fringo. As yeah, Azur's back in Norfair. Heat's off, so in a good spot. And yeah,
Azure is not going to head directly to Lower Norfair unless Azure is taking a different route. Oh, you know what? This might be the East Meridia play again for Azure.
I feel like if you were gonna do East Meridia game, you would have just gone through the front, which is Red Tower, which was on the other side of Criteria, where they were. So I'm not sure. Well, I mean, no, that's not true because if you're gonna go back to East Meridia, you're gonna get Spring Ball first, which is this way.
Yeah.
So yeah,
so
what you said was right.
So I think what Azure is gonna do, so Azure has likely deduced where the last two bosses are. Knows that Fantoon is likely to be in Lower Norfair, and knows Ridley is gonna be at Precious. So yeah, just gonna pick up the Spring Ball like you say, and then just clean up bosses. Question now for Azure is this gonna be enough? Because Fringo Fox is on the move.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, like Azure's getting back to East Meridia decently fast, especially like I said, the Spring Ball being close to the Crate's Closet actually probably helped that. But like where East Meridia or where Green Brinstar is for Fringo is as out of the way as this Lower Norfair check. The other thing that is I'm gonna say working maybe for gravity suit's barely gonna matter, but like Azure is gonna have to check the front of Lower Norfair transition because it doesn't have Turian knowledge.
Right.
And that's why Azure's doing this play, because Turian could be at the front of Lower Norfair, and you could just end the seed. That's why Azure's doing this play. I just connected the dots.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's not going to be the case, but it is. The thing about it is actually going that way is better anyway, because you end up at the top and you go to the bottom. The question is just how each runner gets to the last boss. So yeah,
we do not have good Lower Norfair connectors today. That's obviously that's obviously where Fringo's on the way to. It is Lower Norfair.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with Derp. I think probably from where we were, Fringo might have been ahead, but the end routing is gonna put Azure in a much better situation. It's gonna come down to if ammo is good enough, frankly, because unless Azure, yeah, I don't know if doing the full reverse or just going back this way and ending up in Red Tower is better, or if Azure's just not doing the play that we're talking about. But
right,
if their heads, on right and they've overcome that unfortunate death or not death but reset to plasma, that's probably the move. But like now, the way the map is set up in the end game is like really bad for both of them, frankly.
Yeah, and there's one more wild card here that's going to be in play. Azure does not have Charge Beam. So if Azure does not go to left sandpit to pick that up, this is going to be an ammo hunt on top of the bad connectors that we have to deal with. So really, I don't know how this is going to play out here.
I have no idea either. And where does this... Oh yeah, so yeah, this is Aqueduct for Asder.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, Gravity Suit barely matters, but it will make the the final bit of Meridia traversal quicker. Man, the map is so spread out right now, and this is not going to be the fastest, East Meridia anyone's ever seen. But and Ezra's gonna have to farm. Like, I have no idea where we are right now.
We see Fringo Fox checking Fireflies. I'm wondering if Fringo might be trying to spike that gravity suit, but this might feel like more like a speed booster or a plasma play that Fringo Fox might be going for here. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, it's too hard to know. Yeah, I think trying to spike gravity suit there exactly is all right because, like I said, I'm pretty sure Fringo just didn't even look at the Kraid boss, which is kind of strange at the time that it happened, right? But like Fringo still doesn't know it's not Dragon here. So if you find gravity there, you're in like way better position. Yeah, Stachio in chat confirming what I thought. So yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy how much I don't know what's about to happen, and just like
the next 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, the next 10 to 15 minutes of this match are going to be very exciting.
Yeah, the other part of my thought was crazy how much one thought slip of just not thinking about being able to kill plasma pirates.
Mm-hmm.
So the front of LN is the top of West Meridia. Answering a question in chat.
Yes.
Which, like I said, is good for Asder because the bottom of West Meridia is exactly Turian. So yeah, we've got a Phantom fight on Fringo Fox's side. Probably Asder will get into Ridley at the time that Fringo kills Phantom, if not just a little bit sooner. And I'm interested to see, Fringo did the spring ball jumps out of Precious Room. I'm interested to see if Azra will end up doing the gravity jump as a nice super missile find here.
Oh, and Fringo didn't scout that, I don't think.
No, Fringo had charge.
Yeah.
So yeah, 34 supers. This will be a fast fight for Asder. Phantom gives a slow punish. And then the flames are being rude. This is not obviously what you want to see when you're Fringo or Fringo's teammates in chat. Oh, Fringo did get that super. So somehow Ridley's dead before Phantom. It's the slows. I'm not gonna blame Fringo, I'm gonna blame slows.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Azure both needs either ammo or charge, and like, yeah, I agree, no Spazer. Because if you find charger beams good enough that isn't really gonna matter, and you're probably not finding charge.
Yeah.
So yeah, Azure did not have the thought of the gravity jump. Probably at this point it's faster to just do this.
Yeah, because otherwise you're gonna do 2 more door transitions, which is just gonna cost you more time at that point.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if Speed Booster has an impact on that or not. Obviously, like, it's a very, very short runway, so like the difference will be so minor, but it might be just enough.
Mm-hmm.
So
So we've hit the hour mark, chat. Definitely give our shout outs to our runners. Give them a follow. They're putting on one of the best races I've seen in a little while. You can also follow my CoCom D-Web. You can definitely make sure you follow our tracker, Hockey Towner. Normally on the booth, but pushing the buttons for us today. Thank you so much, Hockey Towner. You can follow me as well if you want. I'm just a guy on the mic. I play bad Echo Seeds for fun.
Hockey with we had some fun in our Discord chat. Hockey was very happy to sign up for the matinee, and someone was like, wait, the Manatee game? Yeah. We're gonna have to change one of these team names to have a Manatee mascot, and then we'll all be good.
And yeah, regardless of the outcome of this race, this has been a fun one, and like A team probably has higher expectations, so they'll probably be disappointed if they lose, but regardless, both teams can hold their head high. They put up one heck of a show for this one.
I mean, game 5, and this is still coming down to the wire. Like, I feel like I'm decently good at like figuring out how these things can work out at the end.
Oh no! I hope he saved. East Meridia Aqueduct. Oh no, he's down a kill.
I'm speechless. I just,
So what?
it looks like he doesn't have charge or Varia or the Ridley
Yep.
kill
So he
or the
lost.
Phantom kill.
Yep. So he lost his charge beam, his spazer, his suit. Oh no.
No matter who you're rooting for, I don't think that's how anyone wanted this to happen.
No.
Just like bee hunters are, you know, a dangerous enemy, and like, you know, just, you know, just ran into them, and you know, the full reserve doesn't help you because you get double hit because of iframes. Yeah, Fringo's gonna trudge forward. Barring catastrophe, which is exactly what just happened, you know. Oh goodness. I'm sorry, I feel like my mood shifted, my tone got somber, everyone's just crying in the chat. This is not
Like,
how we want to see races go.
How do you not but feel bad about what just happened?
So yeah, Azure is heading towards this lower Norfair. And yeah, Fringo's doing the loop. I want, especially from the situation, like you have to get that charge beam again.
Yes, you absolutely do.
So like this is just something that you were gonna do, and then, you know, we'll be on the path that he was just on, but you know, back several minutes. All right, we're refocusing and we're going back to, you know, intelligent, insightful commentary. Hopefully.
So now Azur's path to Lower Norfair, directly on path. Just gotta take this next door going down, and then that'll be 4 bosses down.
Sorry, Duck just roasted me in the chat. Oh my goodness. Alright, so yeah, Azure does, as we've been saying, Azure does need to find some ammo. 60-40 means 3 more supers would do it for them. Gonna be running by a pretty good amount, and you know, Peeves in jail are even kind of, you know, guilt-free at this point. I mean, I say guilt-free with air quotes because, like, you know, obviously we just saw this absolute catastrophe that happened to Fringo. Like, Azure also lost like 7 minutes on a death, so is not feeling good either.
Yeah. No, both run. I mean, Ringo definitely feels behind, but Azure probably still feels behind from that reset earlier.
Yeah. So, like, you know, as guilt-free as Peeps in jail is ever gonna feel, and this probably also still didn't feel the greatest, because yeah, like, you know, you're on an ammo hunt at a place where, like, in Azure's case, like, Turian could still be at the front of this, and like, you need like everything here to be ammo, unless you get exactly charge beam.
Yep.
And you know, like we said, Azure even knows, like, Azure knows now it's Fantoon, so that's not, you know, gonna give an item at all. And you know, we've known for some time that, you know, charge beam's chilling in a sand pit.
And Turian is all the way back in West Meridia.
Which is good because it gives, you know, I'm gonna say 2 more checks for ammo in the super missile, the crab supers, and the mama turtle wall, if the rest of this area is, you know, really unkind, which I mean, frankly, like, you're gonna get power bombs of shame here. I don't know if Ringo looked at that or not. And then, Mickey Mouse is pretty, guilt-free, but the other two minors are not. And like, we know Screw's not gonna be charge beam, so this is pretty tight. And
Oh, if you're Aster in this case, do you dip front end of lower warfare and also check screw attack? Like,
yeah, I'm expecting that 100% because like not gonna be in ammo go mode by the time that they get there.
mm-hmm.
The thing about it's just the thing about like, so like that super was huge. Whatever's at Mickey Mouse, that's gonna be huge. And then like the really, really, really smart thing to do would be once you end up at top of West Meridia, you swing over to the right side and you do beach and watering hole, and that'll almost certainly put you in a good enough place. Because if you go to the bottom, like, you're gonna, Azure at that point is gonna know Turian's there. Main Street is vanilla, and you've cleared out everything in Red Bryn. So at that point, you're like going somewhere else again. Like, that's not what you're gonna want to do. So we're just gonna have to see. Yeah. Azur's got to be terrified here because if the front lower order is Turian, like it is, Azur would be potentially in a scenario where like I want to say 65-50 might be enough for like kill the Zebs and refill and you're good, but I don't have that math, ready for you right now.
Question in chat. Yeah, Azur has not seen the front end of lower warfare. In fact, neither of our runners have, but Fringo Fox was able to determine by connector info that front of LN connects to the top end of West Meridia. Azur is still missing at least 2 other connectors.
Yeah, the far lower north first things we've deduced by process of elimination. Yeah, I think someone in chat confirms what my my head math was telling me, which is that if Azur gets to 65-50, that would be like kill the Zebs and break the glass enough. Maybe not. Yeah, actually break the glass still. So yeah, depending on what's at Mickey Mouse, and then yeah, hopefully has the wherewithal to look at beach and watering hole.
Turian
maybe
is at
even Mama Turtle Wall.
Yep, Turian is at Meridia map today, all the way down there in West Meridia.
Yeah, that's something Fringo Fox scouted, I don't know, 40 minutes ago at this point, and Azure never decided to do. And it hasn't hurt them, frankly, because even like is making this risk to like this could be Turian here at the front of lower Norfair. So like knowing that it wasn't the case, you would know that this isn't as risky as it could be, but Asder has exactly 10 supers, which is really nice, I'm gonna say, because of the ability to Crystal Flash for this acid dive. That would, however, remove the ability for screw attack check. We know that doesn't matter, but that might be on Asder's mind as well. Because, like, frankly, if you're assuming also, like, if you don't die and you're behind, but you're also assuming that your opponent has taken, somewhat of a similar path, is Asder's not going to the front. That's really surprising to me.
Asder's going to pick up this E-Tank and then go to...
Oh, that's really smart. I forgot about this E-Tank.
That's a very convenient refill there.
Where was my brain at? Completely lost my train of thought. Something about crystal flashing, which is no longer relevant.
Yep. So now Aster could scout the screw attack, but it's going to be irrelevant at this point, unless Aster is specifically looking for charge beam, which might still be, but I don't see that happening here.
I mean, we say irrelevant, like gravity would make the ammo hunt faster, and speed would make the end of the game faster, but yeah, it's not going to be charge beam, which is definitely what Aster's looking for. If we do end up even looking at screw, which it's not 100% guarantee. It's just, I'm going to say, pretty likely. So yeah. Oh, it's a power bomb. Azur's actually found like 4 of those in like. I want to say that like Shame and Hoda Ruby and that were power bombs down here, which is insane. Like you can get these various seasons. Like there was one the other day with or I think it was just last night. Yeah, it was a full countdown seed, and there were 6 total power bombs.
Ooh, that's a little rough.
Yeah. So yeah, Azure is doing this. And yeah, I'm gonna say grabs the fastest item to find here, and then speeds the second fastest. Very nice first try gate glitch. And, gonna get some super farming here, which isn't necessary, but why the heck not? Unless they're thinking about GT, but I really hope not. Like that is not worth 1 ammo check.
No. This seed has insult after insult today. And this 100% confirms the gravity suit is in the wreck ship, wherever it is.
Unless it's at Mama Turtle. That's still a possibility.
Oh, yeah, that's
or
true.
waterway of speed. Or waterway.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay. Just... Oh my goodness.
Wow, Aster's really...
so slow when you have 14 current supers. It doesn't even reward with a super. Like this... So I want to say you have to hit 30 supers in this fight.
It's
20.
Yeah, it's like 29 or 30. Yeah, but as you're wisely getting missiles down so you don't get the beam attacks.
And I mean, yeah, you have a good beam and you have the farm beam. So like, for a GT fight that I didn't want to do, like it's not terrible, but 29 counting the ones he grabs. Okay. Thank you, Simo, and other people in chat who are also being very helpful. So, like, less slow than it was in my brain, but like, especially considering it only gave a missile, like... I mean, yeah. We're commentating as if we don't know just how much time Fringo lost. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna go pop into West Meridia. There are 5 miners that we can get if, hopefully... Oh my goodness. Is even getting the missile. I really didn't expect that.
This is definitely a sense of desperation by Azur's part here. Knowing the ammo that is available, not knowing where charge is. This is definitely yeah, I mean, this has to be a desperation play by Azur here.
Oh yeah, we keep forgetting this could be Turian in Azur's mind. We keep forgetting that. Or I'm sorry, yeah. I shouldn't lump everyone in. I keep forgetting that.
But as far as Azur knows, this could be Turian, yeah.
People in chat are saying 75-45 does barely get you enough with refills. So yeah.
But since this is gonna put Azur in West Meridia, I highly believe we'll see Crab Supers check here.
I don't think I've ever seen this room in this direction. Like, even the 100% task, which goes this way, just super jumps up at it. It's not like you see the room. Like,
yep.
First time for everything. Wow. Shoutouts to Sneak. And all of our Super Metroid tassers. So yeah, here's the first time that Fringo Fox has been in this Kraid location to actually look at Dringon. And I'm not sure if this is relief or despair for Azur. Like, when you see this, like, what's on your mind? It's like, for one, like I said, like, there are more miners to check that make, your ammo mode much better. On the other end, you just spend a lot of time doing GT for 2 missiles, which really sucks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, going left to Crab Supers, and, as chat said, this is already barely enough, so going right for the 3 items is definitely definitely going to put you in a better ammo situation, but it's also a lot slower. And this could be a super. Of course, it's
Oh,
not. Like, why would that happen?
it's too convenient. Yeah, this does put Azure really close to Turian. I think we see Mom and Turtle here at this point.
I would, but doesn't have to. By process of elimination, Plumped Azure very much should know. Yes.
Yeah.
And if you don't know by process of elimination, this is a thing you haven't checked, so you should check it.
And by doing the morph, Azur's going to check Mom and Turtle here.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Well,
Missed.
gave it a shot, but I also agree with the leave here in this case.
Yeah. That is a vanilla Main Street transition, so not only is there not like a close miner in Red Tower, but where's crate entry goes to bottom of North Fair, where there's also not a ton of miners. So like, yeah, this is just this is gonna be, you know, one of the slower back and forth. But honestly, like having this many missiles, I think you can actually get through like the whole like the whole door fiasco on just one trip. But I haven't done that math either. It's just a feel. So yeah, it's an hour 20. Neither runner is hit dot done. They're both feeling terrible about, you know, deaths that cost a bunch of time. So, you know, at this point, if you're looking at the race room, you know, you gotta feel like you got a chance here. And you're also at the same time, you're definitely thinking like the other one's gonna dot done in the next 5 seconds.
Yeah, and then why isn't my opponent done yet? Like, I've screwed this up so badly. How is my opponent not done yet? Like, these thoughts enter your mind at this point in the race.
Yeah, question in chat. If your Rando does refill your ammo anytime you go down that elevator to Turian.
So if Aster didn't feel good entering Baby Metroid here, Aster could have just left Turian, come back, and wouldn't have gotten another full refill. It's not a one-time thing.
I think maybe only use supers in room 1 just because like it's not worth it, you know.
Yeah.
Does look like it's setting up for a baby skip attempt. Has high jump and wave beam, so you know, no speed, but it's still doable and pretty quick. And this looks good so far, yeah. Nicely done. Yeah. Fringo is headed towards Lower Norfair. We're gonna see if my feel was correct about not needing to do any additional missile refills except for the one. Clears door 2. This is gonna be door 3. People tell me you need like 12 missiles for each Zeb when I thought it was 11 because of like the regeneration, I think. Oh. Aster's gonna Zeb skip twice. Oh, well, no, you can missile that one on the way out, and then when you come back in, you can do the Zeb skip on the second one. That's really heads up.
Yep.
I didn't think you could, you know, do the Zeb skip from this back, and I don't think you can, but because the next ones don't load, you can just ammo this one. Yeah.
That's actually really heads up by Aster there.
Yeah. That is that's what you want to see when you're, you know, when you're at an hour 23 and you're not feeling great about how the race has gone, you know. Having the wherewithal to have these plays is good to see. So yeah, Azure will be down to 30 missiles. Well, I guess the equivalent of 50 missiles and 45 supers when Mother Brain 1 is down, assuming no misses. So the 15 supers that you need to make up would be 45 missiles, which means 5 missile leeway on this fight. There's the The more free morph Zeb skip. People like to call it the spring ball skip, but as you see, you don't actually need to use spring ball. Yeah, Azure just fires 10 supers at Mother Brain 1, which is something you literally never see because, as someone taught me earlier in the season, you have to hit Mother Brain 1 with a certain amount of projectiles regardless of if you do 3,000 damage. I forget that number, but like, you can't just do 10 super if you've just, you know, shot the 6 glass.
I don't think Aster missed any missiles, so there is 1 super of leeway, I believe.
Yeah. Thank you, Exact Science. So, the number is essentially 18, which is how much breaks the tube. So that because 18, yeah, of course that makes sense if I think about it. So yeah, that's Mother Brain 2 down. Rainbow Beam is in effect. No need for stand up with no charge. So yeah. It was an exciting series, and frankly this match was way more exciting than I'm sure either team hoped for. The end is not, I mean, the end is somewhat gonna tell the story, but like not even really, because, you know,
it's not indicative of how it went. This was definitely a much better race than the end result shows.
Yeah, and we also, I mean, people were talking about, you know, given the ammo luck and the GT play, like, Pringle Fox really might have been ahead had that death not happened, but, you know, not something we'll ever know.
Gravity guess? I'm gonna say it's vanilla. I'll say Gravity's vanilla today.
I'm gonna say Red Ship Reserve for fun.
Putting feelers out for Speed Booster. Yep, if this was Dash, Gravity could be a watering hole.
Or SMZ3.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, full. But we're playing Major Minor today.
Yep.
That's Mother Brain 3 down. As you know, we did get our last shot at a dueling boss fight. This one was Fantoon versus Mother Brain. Fantoon sticking true to his colors and not being any nicer on this refight. You know, still with the slows, because why would it do anything else? So we're gonna have a no speed climb. First boss of the climb. No speed escape. The first boss is to jump here and not run down the bottom. And then the other boss is the climb with no speed. You can't spark. You're just gonna have to wall jump. No pirates in that room though, in this room state, so a little bit faster, a little bit easier.
Matt seems to have opinions about the climb. There's Fringo Fox getting 4th boss down. Unfortunately, it's just not going to be enough. Astor is going to end up taking Game 5. A-Team will be moving on, and actually, who are they end up facing now? I don't remember.
The Cat Girls.
Ooh. That is something Astor has been doing as of late, reviewing all tournament matches. We'll see if Astor does that.
They've got quite a backlog. I know because of the ALTTPR tournament going on and not getting restreams for some of those. Hasn't done any in a while, but you know, I'm assuming the SM ones will happen. That's it. Astor on the ship. Official race time 1 hour, 28 minutes and 34 seconds. And as we said, that's going to be a Game 5 victory and a tightly contested race in a tightly contested series, and they're gonna go on to face the Cat Girls. Gonna give you those matchups here. The Gravity Suit is a real cutie versus Apathy Duck, two SMZ3 teammates. The Various Suit matchup is Azure versus Sloters. Two very, very top random runners who actually have not faced off in a while and like very much in general. And then the Gravity Suit matchup is Sephi versus not a real cutie, Ace Zero. And our winner of today's match, Azure, is with us in the commentary booth. This was a crazy one. You can tell us how you feel.
Yeah, so I think I played it really well, except for soft locking at Plasma, because I was just like, I was waffling on whether it was a good idea to do back of East Meridia without gravity from there, and I decided that yeah, it was, because it was like, that's probably the next place I wanted to go anyways. But then on the way, I'm just like, hey, I killed Dragon. I could like spike Vary at Plasma. It's like, I have stuff to get out of the room, right? Like I've got high jump, I've got space jump, I've got ice. I should have no problem getting out of the room. And I forgot about like actually killing the things, and I could have gotten bailed out still, but I was just like, okay, it's fine, don't panic. We've got the save at Kraid's lair, and we just got to kill Dragon again. And we lost like 4 minutes, but I played this really well, and this seed looks kind of complicated, so I think we might still be okay. And then my second mistake was the second time I was rushing. I already knew I didn't want the Dragon item, so I did not collect the drops before leaving the room, and I was short a power bomb to get Spring Ball, and obviously needing to farm a power bomb for Golden Mock Ballroom was really bad as well. But yeah, missing Spring Ball, I did not like really realize the implications of it until later. It's like I did my East Meridia play anyways, got Varia, which I didn't know that was there yet. But my intention was to kill the boss, and I'm on my way to the boss. I'm expecting to have Spring Ball. Like, I don't know if you saw me unmorph in the tunnel, because I was like trying to jump with it. And I was like, wait, I don't have it. If this isn't Ridley, I can't get out of the room. So I'm like, okay, let's go leverage this Varia somewhere else. And then I realized that Turian could just be at the other end of Lore Norfair, so I don't want to go there until last anyways. So I caught a wreck ship, and it's Kraid, and I'm just like, okay, great. This detour like got me my boss kill, but it didn't get me anything that I would have gotten otherwise. So I didn't really get any advantage out of the Varia, getting it when I did. And then so I lost like probably 5 minutes from that, on top of the 4 minutes that I was like I was okay with losing the initial 4 minutes just from the reset, but I probably lost like 5 minutes from missing Spring Ball. And then I think I lost another 5 minutes because the amount of ammo that I lost on the reset that I didn't pick back up caused me issues. So it's just pretty cascading, and I'm sure like something it sounds like he took a death, and that's what kept this alive.
Yeah, he took a death at 3 Musketeers on the last Key Hunter. Triggered the reserve filled him, but iframe death after that. And last save was Aqueduct, I believe. So had to re-kill Ridley, recollect Varia's suit, recollect Charge Beam, recollect Spazer. It was kind of a mess. Kind of set the tone for the rest of the raid.
And he also never went to kill Dragon like on the Green Burn path. So like that was actually his last boss in either route before or after the death.
I see. Where was Charge Beam? I missed it.
Left sand pit.
Left.
Oh, that sucks. I was like, I honestly might have checked that if I didn't, if I hadn't had the soft lock, because I would have felt like I had time to. But like Varia was the big thing I was looking for there, obviously.
Mm-hmm. And then we saw that Gravity Suit was right side super, with Mama Turtle holding the speed booster today.
I got punished so hard for that dip into Plasma. I really should have lost, just because like I think everything else I did really well. And I was also really proud of like how well I handled the situation I was in. Like I just like didn't panic, and I tried to like use my resources as best I could for everything. Also, duck, that is how you do the GT fight.
Now that it hasn't cost you everything, it's okay to say that, I suppose.
So when you refought Dragon, when you ended up having to farm for power bombs, did the not waiting for Dragon's item spawns enter your mind about I probably should have tried to grab a power bomb drop from Dragon here?
Yeah, that's but I didn't. I at that point I was still thinking I was only losing the time from farming the power bomb.
Okay.
So I wasn't like too worried about it. But then when I realized later that it caused me to miss picking up spring ball again, that was like really bad. I would have had a really clean route through the seed,
right?
If that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And then obviously, well, we know why you ended up having to clean out the rest of Lore North. You're looking for ammo. It's because connector info. You didn't know Turian's location at that point. When you saw West Meridia, was that the last connector you needed info on besides Turian?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was thinking back to Ace's race with Fringo Fox as well, where Ace had a two entrances hanging at a hub, which was Chronic and Single Chamber, and he ended up making a bet that it wasn't Turian he was looking for, it was Lower Northshire, but he made a bet that it had to be at one of those, and it wasn't. They both led to each other, so I was covering the option that the two West Meridian entrances I didn't know could loop with each other, and that Turian could be at the end of Lower Northshire. And that's why I went and backtracked and grabbed the GT missile, because if Turian was there, I didn't have any other options.
Right.
And I would have had to do a perfect 210 missile fight.
Yeah, at different points in commentary, I remembered and forgot that you could have run into Turian at that from your knowledge, because yeah, Fringo actually checked that Meridian map at like 30 minutes or something like that, so we knew for a long time. But yeah, it was a well executed, the ammo fight, as well as the heads up play, which I very much wasn't thinking about, of doing the Zeb skip and then missing it out, and then doing the second Zeb skip on the second trip through to do it a little faster.
Yeah. I do want to shout out this team though, BigosAmigos. They're like very competitive for I know I think some of them maybe do like races in their own community instead. Just like not everyone knows who they are, but they put up a really, really strong fight.
Yeah, I want to say all three of them might have been new to League this year, and I also don't think any of them competed in the summer tourney last year. So, to get a third seed.
Yeah. Oh, Nick Player is in Chuzo, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if what I just said is true, to come in third seed in a division where the 1 and 2 seed had 1 and 2 losses respectively, and go to game 5 with your team, is like, it's a hell of an accomplishment. Obviously not the result you wanted, but
I mean, with one of the things that kept me from panicking so much is that I think this seed is difficult to not make a big mistake in. I still felt like that could happen to my opponent.
Yeah, given the location of Varia, and then the logic wanted you to give Varia Batoon, go down to Lord Orfair, kill Phantoon, and then go get Gravity on a rank ship, which is silly, right? So yeah, there was a lot of weird things that could go on. You were really healthy from the beginning, but obviously no one's seen Plasma or Screw Attack. I didn't happen to peek where those are in the credits, but Lord Orfair is never free unless you have everything, right?
Yeah,
especially without Gravity and Screw and Plasma. Sorry, I cut you off.
I was really thinking for like most of that, but until I hit the soft lock, I was thinking, okay, I'm basically prepping for fairly comfy lower Northshire, and I'm gonna go and do that as soon as I get info on where Turian is, because not knowing Turian was like the big reason I didn't want to chance it. But like all the other equipment and stuff was good. It was like it felt as good as you were gonna get with no Plasma or Screw.
Well, now that the pressure of this race more or less has passed, your next matchup is Cat Girls. How do you like? How do you want to motivate your team to face Cat Girls starting next week?
I know Duck doesn't need any extra motivation. I don't need any extra motivation because of our respective matchups. Ace versus Sephi, I don't know. I don't think they have much of a history, but
well, I see Apathy Duck in chat already wants to be top corn dog, so that should be an exciting matchup.
But yeah, season 1, I got knocked out in quarterfinals by Sloaters, so and we're in quarterfinals again, so I'm gonna bring it. You know, as much as recall will allow me to, that mode kind of sucks. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I definitely think that'll be an exciting matchup. We've got what do we have? We have one game 4 on the schedule tomorrow. We have one game 5 on the schedule tomorrow. I'm gonna take a peek in Discord real quick because there's a chance that
we might see another game 5. Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, the Bullies have been talking about a potential game 5. It isn't on the schedule yet. There's some chance it ends up being kind of a back-to-back situation. Otherwise, they'll probably just play on Sunday. But we are winding down this week. We now have 6 of the 8 rounds of matchups decided. Yep. So far, it's been all 1s and 2s.
Well, my team plays their game 5 tomorrow, and we're gonna hope to break that streak and send the wondrous Wave Enjoyers packing. But you know that remains to be seen. We have it'll be tomorrow night.
I don't understand why you chose to repeat the exact matchups that you guys lost.
Well, we decided to not go public with who we're going to be racing for games 4 and game 5. It just ended up being that way.
Oh yeah, that's right. You wouldn't know the other, but it's still funny.
MST didn't want to carry the team. That was the notion that I got. He was like, "I'm not carrying you. You got to pull your own weight." There's our finish from Fringo Fox. Official time 1 hour 42 minutes 14 seconds. Get your GGs in chat for Fringo Fox as well. This was like we said, it was a hard seed and a tragic way for that death to be so decisive in this race.
It sounds like Fringo is going to join us.
Yeah. Let Asder, if you've got any words for us before you get out of here and we interview Fringo, feel free.
Yeah, not really. Just happy to be playing with this team. Excited for next round. I was already like, I already did all the grieving during escape. But yeah, yeah, it's been fun. We had some really good opponents this round, and also thanks for the commentary and tracking. And yeah, I don't know. I'm obviously like really grateful to still move on. I think I'm very lucky in that regard, but I think we both had issues that could have made it go either way. So I don't know that like either player like particularly deserved it, so to speak. Sometimes it just ends up that way.
Alrighty, yeah. Thanks, Azure. We are joined by Fringo Fox. You can share your thoughts and feelings with us if you so desire.
Hey guys, sorry for waiting you. I was thinking that I can do the interview while we watching the stream, but okay.
That
Now I know it better.
that might have been an oopsie on us. We just forgot to mark you as done.
Okay. Got it. My thoughts. What can I say? I have been defeated by the Three Musketeers. Yeah, to be honest, the seed was very hard. It was complicated. I was thinking at the moment when we found a grapple beam, I think it was our first item. I was thinking it could be a suitless seed. It depends on what we find next. When we find high jump boots or a spring ball, it will be definitely a suitless seed, and it was a suitless seed. Yeah, I gambled a little bit at the start with a wrecked chip play. I made it reverse. I started from the back door, and there was Crate, and Crate had only E-Tank or something like that, and also Crate's layer or Crate's E had also an E-Tank, so it didn't pay off. So I was thinking at the moment I must be behind, but I tried my best, and I decided then to do suitless Merida, and I think Esther did it as well. Yeah. I mean, it was my decisions wasn't that bad, but the death it decides the race at the end. I don't know. It could be that I was ahead at the moment. I don't know, but I was just too stressful in this moment, maybe. And I just was thinking the Three Musketeer must do 50 damage, but I hadn't gravity, so they did just a tank, and yeah, I miscalculated a little bit, so yeah, it was stupid.
Yeah, at the moment it happened, we were really unsure of how things were gonna go, just because the Dragon not being dead, being so far away from where Turian was a little bit detrimental to you. But on Azur's side, a soft lock at some point in the seed, plus not knowing Turian, made some decisions later on in the seed pretty difficult. So we were really unsure, just because like I mean, the way that Azur's route ended up, like the end of the seed doing Lord Warfare last is really good. But Azure didn't find charge, so had to do. I mean, ended up doing like GT fight for 2 missiles that were both picked up. So like,
Okay.
it was tough to call.
So he didn't found charge.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's bad. Yeah. And I also at the end did a logical mistake. I think it would be faster to do first Dragon, or to go to Green Brinstar Dragon and then go to Lower Norfair, so maybe it was also a bad decision from my side. But anyway, it can happen. It was a tough race, and again, GG Esther, you did it. And congrats to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, thank you. GG's. It's a really good series.
Yeah, of course. Very strong opponents, and yeah, I hope we see us again next time. We will come back on Rando Leagues 5, and yeah, we will come back stronger, I guess. We tried our best, so I hope you enjoyed us. Yeah.
Well, chat definitely enjoyed every minute of this race, up until that unfortunate death to the Three Musketeers. But if not for that, this finish would have been very close. And yeah, chat was really hype up until that point. So shout outs to you, Fringo. You did really good. I hope you and your team come back strong, just as strong next year. And look forward to seeing you race in the future.
Thank you.
Yep. Once again, GG to you both, and especially to your team. You know, a good season, a very hard fought match, and like you said, you'll be back stronger. Hopefully, you know, as well as team tournaments. Maybe check out some of our individual stuff. We love to, you know, as many people around. You all have been great. Gonna give a quick shout out once again to our upcoming races as we close out this stream. Like I said, tomorrow 4 p.m. Eastern, Dirkster versus Simo. That's game 4 of Chicago Bullies versus Tales of the Dreaded Metroid. If Simo wins, that's it. If not, there's a game 5 yet to be scheduled. And then 11 p.m. Eastern tomorrow is Wanderers Slave Enjoyers versus Keys Coaches game 5. That'll be Smellin versus French Lightning John. After that, like I said, either those will be the last 2 matches of the round, and we'll be getting started with round 2, or we'll have to see about game 5 for Bullies versus Metroid. But you know, as we get deeper, the matches will only get better, the competition gets stiffer, and hopefully the races get better. So those of you that have been with us throughout this season, thanks for sticking around, and we got a lot more exciting stuff to come at you. And I've been DJ Webb, and I'm gonna let Lino take us out.
Well, thank you, DJ. Yeah, chat, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Give a shout outs to DJ, give him a follow. Give our tracker today, Hockey Towner, a follow. We relegated him to tracking today because he's on the mends, he's recovering, so we wanted to give him a little bit of a rest. Thank you so much, Hockey Towner, Asder, Fringo. You put on one heck of a race. Thank you guys so much. And everyone, we will see you next mission. Take care.